Hello, everyone. I hope you guys doing well and your families as well.
Hi everyone, this is Tammy Meadows, and welcome to State of the Union.
Welcome, you guys, to a new segment of our yours State of the Union.
Yes.
Well, how are we gonna start today, Tammy?
Well, we're gonna start right straight to it, okay? Because there's only way to do it is to tackle it, okay? Everybody knows by now that 1182 is in receivership or trusteeship, temporary administrative, however you want to put it. Let's talk about how we got here. And the two people, the two executive board members who had a part in it, we need to talk about them as well.
I have to start with this, if you don't
Yes.
mind me.
Sure.
We have two executives
Mm-hmm.
was elected by members.
Mm-hmm.
They decided they can't take it no more. They cannot take the fact that we been robbed, our money being robbed. There is a sexual harassment going on, and there is a hostile work going on. They didn't want to deal with it no more. They said, listen, we're not in for this. We're not gonna take it. So please take us out. And here we're putting a report to CWA. One of these two people, well, I never knew the names. I didn't know who these two people, unless until what 2 days ago when they put the names the Freitas and Diaz. The Freitas, I can't stand her. Not a person, her job. I'm sorry. I have to say that this is me. I'm a straight shooter. I don't like you. I don't like that you spoke so much about your title, your job, that I'm capable to do it, and you went inside and you fell asleep, and I heard you snoring inside. You didn't do your job. You did not put a financial report out there. So, but when it comes to this, that you said no, I'm not taking this. I salute you, the Freitas. Diaz, I always have, you're a great guy. I like you on a personal level, and I like you a professional guy. You're very professional. You're a very talented guy. You have more. Diaz has more talented. He's a talented person. Has more talent than the president and Scooby Doo and Sloopy Doo and combined. So thank you guys. I salute both of you. Thank you so much for standing against the wrong and saying we're not gonna deal with this and filing for it.
To the Freitas credit, she did go down she actually saved the entire executive board because they actually voted on retaining a lawyer for the president to fight against the allegations. And with the retainer agreement, she looked at it, something didn't look right. Instead of writing the check for $10,000, she said, listen, I'm going to go and I got to have somebody look at this. And lo and behold, it was a conflict of interest. So although the board voted to sign the check and to pay for the lawyer, she actually saved them because if she would have signed that check, all of them would have been ousted. Well, Diaz, Diaz has a lot of integrity, and he takes the oath of office that he took, and the fact that the members trusted him to go in there and to watch their back and to essentially be their watchdog. He takes that to heart, and he's not going to go for any nonsense, and he don't want to be involved in any nonsense at all. So, if you elected him to do exactly what he did, watch your back, and that's what he did.
But they attack him now. They say no, no good. You know why? Because you attacked one of the groups. You went against one of the groups. You can't do that. When the groups rob us, we have to keep our mouth shut. But if somebody else, any other color, robbing us, you could just attack him.
Well, doing the right thing is never going to be easy. People always going to, say that you're wrong, you're bad, but it takes a lot of courage and a lot of, a lot of integrity, morals and values to stand up against what's wrong.
That's true.
When there's a lot of people who are telling you, don't do this, don't do that. My question is, where was the rest of the people on the executive board?
Sleeping. We keep saying.
No, not sleeping. They weren't. They weren't.
So probably they were doing the same thing.
They deliberately did not do it. Did not say anything because they were probably benefiting from it. And I don't know, but why else wouldn't you say something? And why would you send your dogs after people who actually stood up? So I mean, I have more respect for the two people who stood up than the people who
Absolutely.
did not stand up at
Thank
all.
you. Thank you. I'm sorry, Tammy. They have one of the executives. Uh, uh, I'm not going to say it's he or she until time comes up. That person was making phone calls to victims. You understand?
Potential victims
Potential victims telling them
and witnesses
do not, and witnesses, do not file. Go for that. This is called obstruction of justice?
of justice.
Do you know that? When you tell somebody don't file for sexual harassment, that means you're obstructing justice?
Which
And
is
God's willing, they're going to get to you.
which is really crazy in this Me Too movement that you will have a woman, just anybody, um,
My God.
making light of somebody who's saying that they have been, victimized.
Would you be okay with your sister or your
And
mother
what's
or your
even
wife?
worse about it is the fact that you took the oath of office, and in a union, which is what we do, we fight against sexual people who are sexually harassed and people who are in hostile work environments, and you guys are sitting there upholding it in breach of your oath of office. That's the problem that I'm having. Why did you get in there, to make such a mockery out of this entire union, and to do what you did to the membership, and not have their back? Only this is not a club, this is not a clique, this is not a gang, this is a union, this is a labor organization. So, and some one of your own people that ran with you guys, that was on the team on the inside, who said, who he went in as an in-house delegate and resigned because he himself, from his own words, was that I fought so hard for most of them, okay, and to get elected. And he thought he had a team that he could trust and rely on. That's, and you know how they used to do things together. But then he goes on to say they are a bunch of liars and hypocrites.
Corrupted, yeah.
And some of the executive boards are there for money, just for the money. And then he goes on to say they got no skills, no vision, no dreams on how the union works.
Do you understand? Do you understand that? This is a letter that person sent against them. He was running with them. He was running for secretary treasurer. He didn't make it. And then they give him in-house delegate. They keep him down.
Oh.
And that's what he wrote.
Now, I'm reading this because a lot of people are saying it's conspiracy.
Oh, yeah. It is.
So I'm
Is it?
reading this. This right here is coming from in-house. This is coming from not the two people that went down there, but another party who is close to the people inside. Because he goes on to say this right here. He says, it's not about showing off your ego and being very disrespectful person to others in our society. It is more about humility, integrity, honesty, love, compassion, wisdom, and fortitude, and the ability to affect those around us positively.
Basically, I did something illegal for you to get you in the office. You don't just to throw me out like that. You don't just keep me stranded. I'm translating. And then you said, okay, don't worry about it. You didn't make it as Secretary Treasury. Be in-house delegate. He resigned. Why? Why that letter wasn't being given to CWA 2 days ago when CWA says we need everybody to let you know what's going on? Why this guy went there?
Why he didn't go?
Why he did?
Why? If he felt that way
He resigned.
and he wrote a letter, why didn't he go down there and submit that?
Also, before we get to that point, that what CWA said to them, because they're coming back to us with the wrong message. Part of the conspiracy. I'm gonna put this on a camera so you people could see it. Stop the video and watch it. This is one of the conspiracy that didn't happen. You understand? What everybody on Facebook
was no
says it didn't happen.
conspiracy,
There's no
people.
conspiracy. This is truth. This is black and white. Our president have paid with a check number 3381 to Jaguar Land Rover leasing company a check for $18,700 for my and your money. Then 3 days later, he pay with a credit card, Union credit card, the Jaguar Land Rover, $4,900, and then the same month, few days later, with a check number 3432, he pay another $900. Total of $24,499.52. Our money.
Stop right there.
Sure.
Okay, so for all those people who's trying to attack the two people who went and as you know as what the union and everybody else, the law would say, whistleblowers. The union CWA is going to come in anyway. The allegations were set forth for sexual harassment and hostile work environment, and these two people was like, you know what, I can't take this anymore. But as they were doing that, see, the red flags of the finances popped up.
It was in.
And CWA was going to come in whether those two people went there or not.
Regardless.
They were going to come. And they had ample support to come in based on the allegations that was presented. But once those finances, those irregularities in the finances popped up, they didn't need anything else to come in. They didn't need those two people. So I need you to understand that. Before those two people went down there, again, there was an investigation
going on.
The investigation had already started due to the allegations that was presented. These two people came in and said, listen, I'm not going to be a part of this. This is crazy. You need to come in.
Would you blame them? Would you blame them? They don't want to be part of it?
Of course not.
They're coming on Facebook and says, call CWA and tell CWA why you do illegal things and take our president out. I want you to shut up. If you don't know what you're talking about, keep your mouth shut. Because you don't know what's going on. You're defending your culture and your religion and your color. This is what you're doing. And you know who paid for it? Every one of us. Tell this. You talk about this. What CWA, when CWA had the meeting a few days ago, what did they say? Oh, because there's a lot of people talking about the contract. Are we going to be affected with what's going on?
Oh, no. The contract is going to go on, and somebody actually did, who was in the meeting, actually posted that CWA said that there was never any negotiations going on in the first place.
They never negotiated.
Mind you, simply because negotiations happens like this. You go and you present your proposal. The person on the other side of the table looks at the proposal and they say, well, we can't do this.
Too much. We're gonna play with this.
Yeah, perhaps we should take some things out, and and perhaps we can look at something else and give you something in the place of that. I'm just just telling you how negotiations work.
She's asking for 7. I said, you know what? We'll do 6. How's that? We'll do 5. Then she come counter.
But right, there's an offer and there's a counter offer. That's negotiation. There's an offer, there's a counter offer, and it goes back and forth. But if you show up every time at the so-called meetings and you show up with the same piece of paper every single time, I want $50,000. The city's like, no. Okay, we're going to have another meeting. I want $50,000. The city says no. We have another meeting. I want $50,000. The city says no. That's not negotiations. At some point, you're going to have to, the city may offer something, and then they have or you ask for something, they have a counter offer, and so on. That's how that works.
Never happened. And CWA says it never happened. They never negotiate. They come out every time and asking the same question. Why? They're asking for the same thing if they have the answer already. If they give you an answer the first meeting, why you have 7, 8, 9, 10 meetings with the same things? I need that money. Yeah, my friend, it's never going to work. You're going to have to negotiate things. They didn't negotiate. So CWA said they never negotiate.
Okay, well they did. They called it negotiation, but it really wasn't. But CWA says they are going to negotiate now. They are going to negotiate, and that means offer, counter offer, and so on and so forth. So
one more thing I want to say. They said, "Are you happy because CWA went in and took over? CWA coming to clean up." And now, of course, I'm happy. I'm saying it clear. I'm so happy that CWA in to clean up the mess, and finally CWA is in cleaning up the mess. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that they're gonna get rid of the corrupted people, and give us our union clean, and so we could build it. We should use this opportunity to build our union the way we want it.
We should take this. Well, CW is there, like you said, to restore order.
Restore order.
And it's called temporary administrator for a reason. They're not going to stay in there forever. And the fact that they didn't get rid of the entire board, that's a good sign.
That means it's not gonna take that long anyway.
But the whole thing is to restore order. And I think that this is a perfect opportunity to get everybody involved, everybody to start looking at ourselves, and to start educating ourselves as to how the process work, or just getting actively engaged into the union, and that starts with educate. That starts with education.
Absolutely.
So,
And listen, guys, if we need things to change, we have to change ourselves first. We have to change from here. And we always say, it doesn't matter what you have, it matters what you do with what you have. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon.
thank you.
Thank you, guys. Peace.